This is where we're going to look at Oregon and Washington State. Just the crazy stuff that happened in this game. One of you guys told me to take a look at this game. You're 100% correct. One of the most entertaining games that I've seen all season. Tons of crazy calls from both OCs. Kenny Dillingham on one side for Oregon. No clue who the guy is at Washington State. If you know off the top of your head, you're probably the greatest college football fan in the world. So if you do know the Washington State OC, put it in the comments down below. But we'll take a look at it right here. The very first play starting off. 15 minutes left on the clock, so they're going to start it off right. Flea flicker, obviously. #1 call right there to start the game. So in a twin set here for Washington State, what they end up doing for the routes, he runs a deep cross. He's probably posted over the top there as well. They hand it off right here. As you can see, they pull their center here from the backside. He's falling into the C gap. Everybody else is sliding that direction. Hands it off, running back, makes it look like they're going some kind of a power. Turns around, flips it back. Quarterback works back to it. You can see he started on the hash, hands it off. They're trying to get this pocket to move that way just a little bit. Flips it back to him. Now he's in the protection. So 7-man pro right there to get those deep crosses. Or you can see this corner's low. Nobody's going to be left in that deep third. So they flip it back to him. He's moving around a little bit, trying to buy just a little bit of time. Throws it off his back foot. An explosive play there to start the game. Good play there, coming back to it, making sure that he secures that catch for about 25 yards. So obviously, first play call of the game, Oregon, Washington State, it's obviously got to be a flea flicker every single time. If you're not doing that, you're probably not living right. Right there, Washington State was able to create an explosive play off of being aggressive. This is a really creative way just to get the counter. Right, you can see they're already pulling, so right there, you're going to kick right there. Everybody's down blocking there. He's going to pull for the front side. As you can see, they're in a bunch set over here to the right. The running back is actually going that direction. Quarterback catches it, and he tosses it right there to the outside receiver in the bunch. So outside receiver in the bunch, he's going right there inside. Receiver on the bunch for the tight end fullback, he's wrapping around for the counter. So right there, just looking at the numbers of the bunch, whenever they started the play, it's great, especially if you get that guy to a wrong shoulder or try to squeeze. And if you can get up to that linebacker, that safety is going to be the only guy left. And maybe they'll be rolling to that bunch set like a lot of teams will. Right there, easy toss. Now you guys rolling right there. You can get some passing yards right here. Guy with speed is able to circle the defense out, run that linebacker right there with a ton of space because they had that bunch into the boundary. High steps here a little bit. Probably tell him, hey, just go ahead and run, man. Stop high stepping. That ain't helping you do anything. Press that guy so you can try to make a cut off of him. But anyway, playing a little swagger, getting the ball out in space right there. Going counter to the outside receiver in bunch. Whenever you have that formation to the boundary, it leaves a lot of space out there for that guy once he gets the ball in his hands. Also, with the back swinging that way, one of the favorite plays that the people will run is just toss out there to the bunch, whether it's truck or whatever. They try to get that thing out there in space and outnumber them with that bunch. But right here, they take advantage of having the space and the numbers there to the weak side if they run a counter. Here, Oregon decides they're going to start calling all their trick plays too. So probably one of their plays that they do out of fire alarm stuff right here, they're in bunch over. So right there's the bunch. There's the outside receiver over here. They toss it that direction. That's probably one of their base plays. Just kind of get an overload set, trying to create space there and get the ball out too. So what they've probably seen is that these guys don't really respect the quarterback. He blitzes off the edge right there, whether it's a back or a corner or whatever. So he tosses it right here. As soon as he catches it, he knows that he's just throwing it backside, gets it around this defender, and now there's nobody left. So good job right there, putting a little air on it, getting it back to Bo Nix. Really only one guy releasing, everybody else is trying to pin. He's trying to pin this linebacker right there. So throws it back to Bo Nix. Really easy just to toss. As soon as he catches it, he throws it back to him. There's your blocker for the one guy that's left. And Bo Nix is rolling right there. Really good athlete. Gets about 15, 17 yards. Bunch over. Probably trying to get that thing snapped like a fire alarm type deal. It's a lateral. As soon as he catches it, he's sticking his feet in the ground, getting it over the linebacker that blitzed. Nobody left back over there for a big play for Oregon. This play, if you just caught it on the tail end, what they showed was just this guy streaking down the sideline for completion right there and an explosive play. They call it touchdown to begin with, but he ends up stepping out, and you'll see where he steps out. Boom, right there. He actually scrapes his foot right there, so he steps out. Doesn't quite get to the end zone. But if you're looking back at what we can see, you see that these guys right here are checking with the sideline. He's checking with the sideline as well. These guys are standing straight up. The only guy that's down is the center. It's another one of those calls that you see a lot of different teams do. They check with the sideline, and as soon as this DB looks away, the guy that they want to take advantage of, they have some sort of a signal, snap the ball, and he runs vertical right there. So it's another one of those where they're acting like they're freezing, and then if they're trying to check or anything like that, the corner's getting some kind of a signal. Now they just snap it and they go down the sideline right there. So again, aggressive call, getting the ball out in space whenever you see the defense trying to check, especially in the secondary, a corner with hardly any safety help. If they're trying to check, you can take advantage of it with that freeze and then get that ball out going vertical for an explosive play like Washington State does here. Another call here from Washington State. These guys are trying to pull out all the stops. Can't see the entire thing, but I think they hand this thing off on what looks like an outside zone. They flip it back to the receiver. Receiver flips it back to the quarterback. Quarterback flips it back to the guy that he initially handed it off to. And right here you can see these guys are looking like outside zone. And then everybody, once they start working back with the reverse, I'm sure somebody's probably yelling reverse, all that, trying to get them to chase that direction. They just leak out here for the screen. And right there, once they pitch back, you can see there's also a guy rat killing for anybody that's chasing right there. Gets just enough on that ball with a little bit of pressure. Good play to make the catch. Now you've got all these linemen rolling. You had one guy rat killing right there. Now he's trying to get into the play. There it was, a reverse pass screen back to the guy that originally had the ball on. Maybe it was a jet sweep, maybe it was outside zone, whatever it was. Right there, reverse. Get back to the quarterback. Quarterback does a great job of getting this thing out and just giving this guy opportunity like he does right there. A lot of guys out in front, creating a pretty good play right there. A reverse pass screen there from Washington State. This play right here is not the craziest thing I've ever seen, but it's really well executed. And it's just basically tossing the ball right here, making it look like outside zone that direction. He's actually arcing out so that if this does get on the edge, it's going to be cool. So right here, making it look like inside zone, outside zone, whatever right there. And with this width that this receiver is coming from, I really like the timing of it. He tosses it to him, and then he's able to fake that outside zone. As you see this DN squeeze, this guy's really the only guy that can make the play unless these backers just absolutely squeeze in that gap right now. You see him squeeze like you typically teach the defensive lineman on it, outside zone, inside zone. And right there, as soon as he squeezes, now got a head of steam right there. Sees that space. These guys are working outside shoulder, sees that space, and plays violently to get into the end zone right there. Good job putting your shoulder down, making sure you get into the end zone right there by the receiver. But again, really well timed. Really good call right there when you know that DN is going to squeeze and you feel like you have the numbers out there on the edge. You get into one of your better guys and he's able to get in the zone with a little bit of momentum. But I appreciate you guys giving me a heads up on this game. This is a very entertaining game. If you got a chance, go watch it. And it's not just these special plays, but both OCs decide they're just going to call all their special plays, see what happens, especially Washington State. But it's a really fun game to watch, really good competition, probably the most entertaining game that I've watched in 2022.